Welcome to Agony Uncles with the Brothers Streep, a show about life's quibbles and how to solve them. We're a bit like Wikipedia. We're full of amazing facts, and even some of them are true. I'm Andrew, and joining our resident Agony Uncles tonight on Dylan's team is comedian and star of the Anne Hirsch Show. It's Anne Hirsch! And on Simon's team is comedian, MC, and entertainer Mel Jones! Thank you guys for joining us, and we're going to get started. And round one is Dear Streep. Now, this is where our teams will be given real Agony Aunt letters, and they're asked to help. So our team captains are up first. Dear Agony Uncles, help! I have recently graduated from a master's, and I'm on the big, terrifying journey of applying to jobs. My first challenge is not punching people in the face every time they look happy when I say I went to the London School of Economics. And then the curious combination of shock and disgust when I follow it up with to study gender. Now, how do I go through this process whilst maintaining some semblance of self-esteem? Yours, a dejected, unemployed former grad student. Okay, so let's open it up. Simon, what was your first job?
My first job was a paper round. Does that count as a first job?
In South Africa?
Yeah.
Really?
Back, before, I don't know if the young people will know this, but
Papers.
there used to be newspapers.
Well, let's start. What is papers?
It's the thing that the Amazon used to make before it burnt.
Amazon lovers in the house tonight.
Yeah, I did a paper round, but I was quite bad at it because I had a bike that was a racer. So most people who do paper rounds do them on mountain bikes, but my one was a racer, so it had very thin tires, which meant if I was to ride over a marshmallow, it would get a puncture, which meant I did most of my paper round on foot.
And did you do it in your suburb? Where you lived?
All around the suburb.
No, he came to Mitchell's
Thank
Plain.
you, Mel. Thank you.
It takes a long time to do a paper round on foot. I think most of the people were pretty bleak that they only got their paper just before the 8 o'clock news.
It's like the opposite of that show, Early Edition. It's like, there's been a murder. There's nothing I can do about it. Were you proud of your job as a paper boy?
I don't think it's on my CV.
Just chuck everything on there.
Yeah. I was pretty proud of it. I think I kind of rose to the level of top paper boy because we got to the stage where they delivered all the papers to our house.
Paper person.
Can anyone imagine what top paper boy? What are the criteria? What's the criteria for being top paper boy?
You have to have parents that have a centrally located house, and that's it.
Well
you don't have to know someone in the paper office.
I think she went to our church, but don't tell anyone.
Oh wow. Okay. Dylan, have you had to interview before?
I've had to interview before. I get a little nervous. I go straight for the sense of humor first. And then I see. I hope that they're on board with that. Because
and how long have you been unemployed?
It's been a while, yeah. Yeah, you don't want to spend your whole days just dying around the water cooler. So if they're not into it, maybe they're not right for me.
Your tribe will find you.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a two-way interview.
I do know that I did a freelance job once, which taught me the valuable lesson that even though it sounds cool, fake it till you make it, there's a rhyme. It's not to be taken completely literally all the time. So I had to do
an operation at a doctor.
It was heart surgery. I had to do a recording job, on location on a shoot, and I said, "Yeah, sure, I know how to use that equipment. That's fine. I've never heard of it, but I wanted the money, Anne."
I hear you.
So I went all the way. Can I say Durangon?
Durangon.
Yeah, is that still a phrase? It was far away. And
Is it a place? It sounds like a place like Bloemfontein.
Durangon.
It's next to Langebaan, I think.
And I did the whole day, and I got back, and the guy paid me kind of half. It turned out to be he paid me generously half of what my invoice was for, and I phoned and I said why. He said nothing that I'd done on the day was usable at all, and he had to go back and reshoot the thing with someone else. I was like, okay, so just don't fake it till you make it then.
That's great.
I'm intrigued by the person wrote that they did gender studies at the London School of Economics.
That's right, yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's like going to the AAA School of Advertising to study medicine.
Maybe.
There are worse things you can study. I've found out that a place in the States, Carnegie Mellon University, does a degree in bagpipes.
And now that is where
Bagpipes.
I get on board. Because I can play the bagpipes,
You
and I will
can.
not have a word said against them.
Can you really play the bagpipe?
I really wish we had the bagpipes here.
Oh, you really don't, do you?
Very badly.
Surely not.
Everyone loves the bagpipes.
I think they should be taught on the first day. It should be a lesson in restraint, When do you get to play the bagpipes? Never. Here's your degree.
Okay, well, look, this person really needs help, okay? They're going through the application process, so I need some final answers from you guys.
I think the problem started with your studying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think just stop studying, and then that way you broaden your horizons a little more. I think then you can go into anything. You can be a packer somewhere. You can everything. You're already excluding so many other jobs just by studying that thing.
I think she needs to get past that first challenge. She says, my first challenge is not wanting to punch them in the face. I think once you get past that first challenge, you're going to maybe get to see a little further into the interview process.
I would
That's
even
good.
say overcome your fear.
Mm-hmm.
If you are afraid of punching people in the face, overcome your fear, and that'll be so much easier
That's
from
good.
there on.
And if that doesn't work, I have another idea.
Yeah.
Cowboy hat. I reckon if you walk into an interview wearing a cowboy hat, it shows a level of confidence. It shows that you are not afraid. And at the very least, if you don't get the job, you've got a cowboy hat.
Okay. Well, look, they say that the best thing to do to ease nerves in a job interview is to picture the interviewer naked. And that's why I'm never asking for a job in the family business. Okay. We're going to move on to our second letter, right? So now next up, our guests will be grappling with this one. And it goes like this. Dear Agony Uncles, who decided that eggs are a breakfast staple? As chickens, what should we do about it? Wait, hold on, what? From Feathered in Four Ways. Okay, so it sounds like there might have been some foul play there. I don't know. Anyways, I just want to know, and what do you eat for breakfast? What's your staple start of the day?
I actually have 2 fried eggs every morning for breakfast.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is that a bad thing? I'm not having a chicken for breakfast.
But who makes the eggs?
In my pan.
Who lays them?
I have a fantastic egg memory, if I can take us back to, this is a long time ago because Simon still lived with his folks who are in the audience tonight. And they have one of those stoves where the plate is like a coil. It's just a coil and there's a space underneath. And we used to gather a lot for breakfasts and what was meant to be writing music, but just ended up being watching series and movies. And he was treating us to a particular egg breakfast. We went 1, 2, 3 and cracked the egg against the side of the thing, and the whole egg went under the coil and basically vanished before my eyes. It was like the greatest magic trick I've ever seen.
Well, no, this is a problem with eggs. The expression is it's as easy as frying an egg, and it's not. It is difficult to fry
It's
an
actually
egg.
very difficult. I can attest to this.
It's easy to make scrambled eggs. Loads of times I've made scrambled eggs just by accident.
I think if I may, Andrew, if I may try to solve this thing. Usually if you get a punnet of eggs and then there's one that's got a little dent or a crack, you go, I'm not going to crack that one. It's probably a bad egg already.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the case. I'm not a scientist. So if the chickens discover this about us, if they know that their eggs are deemed for the supermarket,
Oh, it's genius.
they could give it a little just crack it. A little peck, little kick with the foot, whatever.
Yeah.
Just, you start putting out a bad batch and people will catch on.
You know what happens to chickens who do a bad batch?
Tell me.
They don't last long, do they? Right, well, there's a question that has plagued us for years. It's which came first, the chicken or the egg, And I think it's a bit like what came first, the Kit Kat or the Kit Kat Chunky. Science might have an answer, but who cares? They're both delicious. Okay, we're going to move on to letter 3. Our last letter is courtesy of the online pages of GQ. My parents are keen to meet my new girlfriend, but what they don't know is that she has several tattoos and wears an ankle bracelet. Gasp! Should I stop them meeting? From Anonymous.
Is it an ankle bracelet as in I'm under house arrest?
Yeah.
Is your girlfriend, in fact, Oscar Pistorius?
And if it's house arrest, then at least the parents should go to her.
Have you guys had any anxiety around meeting girlfriends' parents or boyfriends' parents or whatever?
I met my ex-girlfriend's parents on the first day I met the father. He tried to read my palm. It was a very weird moment.
Nice.
He tried to foresee the future. And I could tell he wasn't very good at it because he could have just saved me 4 years of that relationship.
Wait, are you sure he wasn't just going for a handshake?
Yeah, I'm okay with tattoos on a person, but I draw the line at ankle bracelets.
Oh, really?
That's ridiculous.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I got a little Star Wars tattoo on my ankle last year, but a couple of years before that, I was in Thailand. And another lesson for people: don't get a tattoo from a person who you can't communicate with in any way.
What happened?
It's important. So we went to the tattoo parlor, and he opened up Microsoft Word, and he started marking. I kid you not, he started marking up this thing in word art.
Oh, great!
Like
Even
the
better.
slanted bricks, the rainbows.
The paperclip. Are you making a tattoo?
Yeah, I see you looking for some regrets. Yeah. I don't know.
Now, Dylan, I've seen your tattoo, okay? And it's fine. It's a tattoo,
Thanks.
okay? It's like a circle thing. The fact is, when you say Star Wars thing, people think Yoda. Like you've got a little Yoda on your ankle.
But I don't think they all think that, do they?
I also don't think they all think that. I think
Thanks,
when you
Mel.
say Star Wars, we all go, huh?
Yeah.
That's
I agree.
wow.
I feel you have to show us.
If you're listening at home, just look up the Imperial Cog.
The Imperial what?
Cog.
Cog. With a G.
Not that kind of show. Okay, sorry, different show.
I think the best way to impress parents.
To have an imperial cog.
The best way to impress parents is definitely food. I feel like the way my wife has won my parents' heart has been food. She can make them anything, and my mom will ask for the recipe. I've made some 2-minute noodles. Tell me how. My mom's smiling because it's true, hey?
Yeah.
No, she's not. She's not smiling.
The other thing is, you can't actually stop people from meeting. She says, should I stop them from meeting? If they're going to meet, they're going to meet. We've all seen Serendipity, that film. You cannot stop people from meeting.
I don't know if we have all seen
I haven't seen that movie.
Okay, we've all seen Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, that
And
film.
we've all seen Star Wars.
And if I could do what they do in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, I'd erase having seen Serendipity.
Well, I have a thank you for your answers, and I have a fun fact about tattoos that back in the day, and I hope this doesn't disturb you guys, but back in the day, one of the liquids that they used to mix the colors of tattoos was urine. I mean, they must have been taking the piss. Okay. Right. Well, and I can reveal at the end of that round, the points go to Dylan's team. We're going to move on to round 2, which is worst world problems. Okay, now, thank you so much for our audience, because before the show, we gave you guys some first world problems, and we asked you to tell us which ones related to you the most. In other words, which one was the worst. Okay, so here we go. Problem 1, we're going to talk to Dylan and Mel, all right? And which of these statements do you think that our audience found more annoying? Here they are. My smartphone is too big for the pockets on my favorite pants. I like to do a voice to get really
great
into
voice.
that. Thank you. My smartphone is too big for the pockets on my favorite pants. Versus, there's not enough dressing on my salad. Now my salad tastes like salad.
The smartphone is going to keep on growing. I've seen people trying to take a phone call on something that looks like a laptop. It's not coming down in size. We know that. What you need to do is get your pants pockets bigger. You need to go back to Black Jack's.
Oh, yes.
Joe Soaps.
Cargo
those ones.
pants.
You could carry like 20 smartphones in those pockets. Get a pocket on the knee. On the knee. Love those things.
I would like to just weigh in on this,
Yeah, please.
because I definitely think I'm going to help my team out here, because I definitely think it's a smartphone thing, especially because I see there are women in the audience,
Okay.
and we don't get pockets.
Well,
We if we're lucky, we'll get that little coin pocket.
Okay.
Or we'll get pockets, which are fake pockets. And if you're wearing a dress, forget about it.
yeah.
You have to carry around just a pocket with you. That's basically what a handbag is.
Yes.
It's one giant
We
pocket.
have to carry our own pocket.
That's true.
Because they're not designed. Also, when you have all of those pockets on your pants, that's when they start hanging down here, and then your parents start slapping you because your pants are too low.
No, you see, I counter that. Blackjacks, you had a cool chain that you wore, tangled down and connected to your wallet.
Yeah, but you said cool chain.
Oh, yeah. All the things I think are cool are lame.
I'm a little bit concerned about smartwatches because if they go the same way as cell phones,
Yeah.
they're going to get bigger and bigger until everyone's basically walking around with digital water wings, which is not going to look very good.
That's what people look like when they're running, and they've got their smartwatch on their arm. They're like, "Oh, I'm swimming through technology here."
And then if you want to make it cool, you just add a chain to it.
Here we go. Well, on that note, let's move to an answer. Dill, what do you think the audience
Well, I
said?
think on the salad point, I think people who've made a salad to eat know what a salad tastes like, hopefully.
Yeah.
You know, unless they've gone with some crazy salad of the month, anchovies, fennel, and blood orange. And then they'll do anything to drown that out, dressing-wise. Or if it's one of those side salads at like a family burger chain, then you don't want to touch that because you can taste the recycled nature of the salad moving from plate to plate.
Yeah, this lettuce used to be in a burger.
And what do you think? Do you think
I'm
smartphones?
smartphone, definitely
You put
smartphone.
a great case forward.
Thank you.
Smartphones.
All right, you think it's the smartphones? Okay, Mel,
Are we
what
having?
do you
Is
think?
it the salad? Is it potato salad? Because we haven't specified what kind of salad it is.
I have to ask you, do you put dressing on your potato salad?
I put anything on my potato
Oh, okay,
salad.
well-
My potato salad's delicious, but
I think most people think it's a green salad or some variety thereof.
I don't know that. You speak on behalf of people who you don't know. I don't.
That's a good point.
From the get-go,
Yeah.
I was on the smartphone thing.
Well, I can reveal at this point that 79% of our audience voted in favor of smartphone. Yes. Well done. Okay, we're going to move on to the next problem. All right, Simon and Anne, you're up, and your problems are: my shampoo and conditioner never run out at the same time, versus my charger cable isn't long enough to let me comfortably rest and use my phone.
Has to be the charger cable.
You reckon?
It has to, yes. Because, I mean, this is something we deal with every day. Are you charging from a power bank? Or are you charging from the wall?
I think it's the wall.
Because that makes a huge difference.
I think, again, I'm going to generalize for everyone and say it's the wall.
If
Because,
it's the wall, then definitely. That is actually a massive problem.
but even a power bank, those can be fiddly little things, can't they?
they certainly can be.
You guys, this is my observational comedy section.
The thing with the shampoo, it seems like when you're young, you're very happy with getting shampoo and conditioner as one product. The combo, the 2-in-1, everyone's happy with that. When you get older, for some reason, you're like, no, split them. They can't be together, can't be in the same bottle. I'm not happy with that. We don't do that with teeth. We're not like, okay, I want a tube of the white stuff, a tube of the blue stuff, a tube of the red stuff.
That's a very good question. Mel, do you have something to say?
I'm brown, so I've always used shampoo and conditioner and extra products because this hair needs to be managed.
Well, it looks lovely.
Thank you. I was trying to milk some compliments. That was why I was saying that. So I get that some people have this problem with the shampoo and the conditioner running out at different times, but that is your problem, and that is in bad management of your shampoo and your conditioner.
I think I'm leaning towards the audience being on the side of the phone charger, especially people with Apple products, because Apple, they take it always a step further in terms of how to annoy people, because they've now moved over to not having a separate plug for your headphones and your charger. So you have to choose. Am I going to charge my phone or am I going to listen to music? And the problem with that is I go to sleep listening to music. So then I have to choose between not being able to sleep because I have no music, but a phone the next day, or sleeping forever because my phone's died and my alarm's not going to wake me up.
But other phones are also, it's not just iPhones. My phone also has that.
Is it?
Power.
Bless you.
Okay, well, let's get some answers here. So, Anne, I'm going to ask you first. Which one do you think it is? Shampoo or charger?
Little cable, little charger.
You reckon it's the charger? Okay.
Nice.
And Simon?
I'm going to have to agree with Anne. It's definitely the charger.
Well, let's find out, shall we? The audience, also 79%, you guys are consistent this time, was 79% in favor of the charger. Yes. So well done. You are both correct. It's a dead heat. Okay, the third problem is my house is such a mess. My stuff is everywhere. I changed the voice.
What is that?
Different voice. I can't hear the television over my crunchy snacks. Those are the two problems. Which do you think is the worst?
Is it those two different
Yeah,
problems?
yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
It's the same voice.
I would have used two different voices.
Your range is very limited on the voices.
So it's a messy house, or it's the can't hear my television over my crunchy snacks.
Well, the crunchy snacks thing is annoying, even though that puts me in the same bucket as all the people who have first world problems. But all the things you want to watch TV with are the crunchiest. Like morning news, crunchy cereal.
What?
You're not watching the news.
That is very American.
I could watch the news.
What was on the news this morning?
I don't know. I didn't watch this morning.
You couldn't hear it over his crunchy snacks.
I don't have a lot of stuff.
You don't have a lot of stuff.
But we have a cat,
Right.
and his stuff is everywhere. Plush toys, his hair, those little sticky things you get from the supermarket, stickies, all over the shop.
Yeah. I mean, those are pretty old school now. I think people are back on Tazos.
Andrew seems like a time traveler who's out of place. He's so impressed with a charging bank.
Okay, I need an answer,
I personally
guys.
think it's crunchy snacks. I can't
Yeah,
stand
it
it.
has to be.
You're watching Better Call
Snacks.
Saul and you can't hear because you're eating Provitas. It's annoying.
You have a really boring snacking schedule going on over there.
Provitas with celery.
Oh, man. Disaster.
No, we need a sidebar here. I think we should go for the messiness. I don't think it's crunchy snacks.
You think that people don't like being in their own mess?
Yeah.
Then they should clean it up.
Yeah, I know I should clean it up. Can you think of a crunchy snack that isn't just absolutely amazing?
Kale.
Sorry, kale.
Kale. People put it in the oven and then they go, ooh, it's amazing. It's not amazing. It's still a vegetable.
Kale's not going to stay crunchy if you put it in the oven, Shirley.
Yes,
Kale
I've
chips.
heard.
Kale chips.
Kale chips.
They are quite
See?
good, but they're very expensive.
See,
Well, guys-
well, that's how I know of them.
I need
No,
it.
wait. This isn't the problem. We're not discussing if kale chips are good or tasty.
Thank you,
It's
Dylan.
when you're watching things and it's annoying because you crunch and you can't hear.
Surely you just turn the volume up?
Yeah, but then the neighbors.
Oh, of course, you live in that neighborhood.
Okay, come.
Obviously.
I need an answer.
I'm going to go with messy house.
Messy house. Okay, well, I can reveal it was a close call, audience.
79%.
Oh, I wish, but it was 51%
Whoa.
said messy house. Well done, Simon. So at the end of that round, the points go to Simon and Mel's team.
Yes.
Well, we're on our final round, and this is called Life Hacks. I will be posing a real life problem to our
I
teams.
thought you were genuinely going to be posing. Because you put your hand on your thigh as you said, I will be posing.
That's just terrible posture. So I'd like you guys to give me an innovative solution. So first up, I need a life hack for how to get rid of shoe odor. This is not a personal problem for me specifically. I say that. We've all had it in the past. It's fine. It's fine now. It's fine.
Do you want a temporary solution or permanent?
I'm going to go temporary by the look in your eye.
Well, amputation solves it for life.
It's true. It's really a foot odor problem more than a shoe odor.
Oh, now it's personal. Thanks.
And you've got a lot of foot. I've seen some people with cars, to keep the cars fresh, they've put a little thing of Stay Soft under one of the seats. If you got, stay with me. It's not practical, but if you got really, really big shoes, like Andrew-sized shoes,
Yeah.
you could get your foot and a Stay Soft in there. Keep it fresh.
I think it could be you could pour some potpourri in your shoes and socks. You're looking at me strangely,
No,
Mel.
you're my teammate. I would never do that.
But what is potpourri currently doing? It's just sitting in old age homes on tables in glass jars, wasting away when we could be using it for something significant.
And so now think what the old age homes are going to smell like if we steal their potpourri.
So that's a fair point.
It's so great because every audience member had their own thing of what that would smell like.
I think I might know the answer to this.
Okay.
Is it rooibos tea bags in your shoes?
That is the correct answer. Simon, you're correct. Well done.
That's basically
It's-
potpourri.
It's put a dry tea bag to absorb the bad odors.
So what, an unused one? Or
Okay, here's our next question. I need a life hack for in case your car doesn't have a cup holder.
I would say buy a new car.
New car. What about a beer hat? One of those cool beer hats. from American sports.
Can you
I
drink
don't think the ceiling's high enough in a car.
Not for me.
Convertible.
I
Definitely.
mean, my go-to is between the legs. The cup.
Sorry?
You will not use that as the soundbite to advertise this episode. My agent will be in touch in the morning.
Hot coffee.
In the cup. It's not, you don't pour it.
I don't know.
Well, you want to drink hot beverages through a beer hat.
Yes,
Isn't
but
gonna
it's with a
exactly-
straw. I guess it's probably not a good place for scalding hot coffee.
Yeah.
It's also not a great thing to be driving around with. Let's say you get pulled over by the cops at 10 o'clock in the morning. Explain that. It's coffee, officer.
To your point about being pulled over by the cops, but isn't it the best thing if you do get pulled over and you're completely innocent? You feel like you could get away with a couple of atrocities. You've got like one in the bank.
Atrocities.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you go through in a beer hat and they go, well, this guy's a definite goner. And you're like, oh, taste it? Coffee. Brilliant. Drive on, enjoy your day. And now you've got like one free
No,
atrocity.
that's not how this works.
I also don't think that's how the police test.
Does anyone have any other answers?
We
Because
turned to a life of crime because we couldn't have a cup holder. How did this happen? This escalated very quickly.
I'm going to spare you your incarceration, and I'm going to tell you the answer, and it is to use a heavy shoe in the footwell.
Oh, lucky for you, Andrew.
Oh, and there's already some tea in there.
And it stays soft.
Smells great, and you're hydrated. Okay, so we're going to go on, and here's the next life hack. How do you stop your pets from destroying your pot plants?
Amputation.
The king of all pot plants, I think we can all agree, is the Christmas tree. It's a massive tree in a huge pot, right? So if animals are going for the pot plant, you just give them that. It's ours for the 12 days of Christmas, then it's theirs for the rest of the year. They can spend all their aggression out on the Christmas tree, and you can have lovely pot plants in the rest of your house.
But like a couple of minutes ago, you were complaining that majority of stuff in your house is because of your cat, and now you're throwing a Christmas tree into
This
the
is a
mix.
massive Christmas tree that's been torn to
Yeah.
shreds
He
lying
gets
in
his
your
own-
house.
Gets his own room, and it's fine.
And you are single, hey?
I'm
So-
a cat guy.
So can I ask, what if your name's Mohammed? And then what do? You don't have a Christmas
You don't
tree?
have a Christmas tree, no.
You can still have a Christmas tree. I think you just call it a tree.
Yeah.
The answer I have is kind of obscure, so I don't know if you're going to get it.
Okay.
But the life hack blog that I got this from suggested putting thousands of toothpicks into the pot plant
No.
to act as a kind of bear trap.
Andrew.
For your
That
animals.
sounds
Andrew,
awful. You should then just get a cactus.
It's an atrocity.
That's true.
How many trees are we cutting down to
make
make
the
these toothpicks to stick in the pot plant? How much time do you have? Thousands of toothpicks?
Look,
How many plants do you have?
the picture I saw was pretty thorough. That cat was looking pretty sad. Okay, well, we're going to move on to the last question, and that is a life hack to keep your laptop from overheating. This is very important in today's society.
This is easy.
Yeah, Simon.
Standing desk, but in the fridge. It's already got shelves, so you're pretty sorted.
I think you got to do like you do with humans. Humans who overheat, you got to put them on their back, lift their legs. What extremities? Get the blood flow back to the heart.
Yeah?
I've done a medical aid course. I haven't.
How many humans have you stopped from overheating with this method? And what scenario are you in where humans are just left, right, and center overheating?
There's been maybe one or two, not left, right, and center. Simon. That's excessive.
Well, I have had this problem before.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you put books.
Yeah?
So you put a book on each side so it can breathe in the middle.
Yeah.
And that's
it
is
works.
literally how you solve it.
That works.
Yeah.
Suggestion that they have is like dirt cheap, and it is just to use an egg box. Now, you might have one lying around from breakfast or something else.
Little egg callback.
But an even weirder one is they suggest propping it up on 2 forks.
What?
Just a fork
No.
there and a fork there. Put your laptop down. just lift it up a little bit.
Are the forks on their side or are they standing upright?
I'm going to give the points to round 3 to Simon's team.
Yes. I think we deserve them.
And final tally for tonight's show is the end of the show. Simon's team have won.
Well done, Mel. Well done.
I would like to say a big thank you to our special guests, Anne Hirsch and Mel Jones. Uncles, Dylan and Simon. And to you, our audience, thank you so much, guys. This has been Agony Uncles. Goodbye. Agony Uncles was devised by Simon van Wyk, developed with Dylan Hitchens and Andrew Kerr, and written and performed by all three, with special guests Anne Hirsch and Mel Jones. You can send your Agony Uncles letters to info@brotherstreep.com or visit brotherstreep.com for more fun podcasts, songs, and videos. Thank you for listening.